Here's literally a towel.
But look at how it's folded. It's folded in exactly the same way. On this week's GTA 6 o'clock, GTA 6 assets hiding in GTA Online. Would you believe it? That's the same towel, isn't it? A safe house in the hills ends on a cliffhanger. But at the very end of that, Mr. Fabio says, and the secret GTA 6 screenshot no one is talking about. That Rockstar may have used GTA 6 assets to promote the new GTA Online mansions. It's all here on this week's GTA 6 o'clock. Hello and welcome to episode 102 of GTA 6 o'clock, the world's most in-depth and best connected GTA 6 show. I am your host, James JJ Jarvis, and welcome once again to our studio, and welcome to the co-host, my co-host, the show's co-host, Dan D.D. Dawkins.
Are there other co-hosts I'm unaware of? Perhaps there are. No further questions. Hello, everybody.
Hello, episode 102. It's Wednesday, the 17th of December. 337 days to go to the release of GTA 6. But perhaps, more importantly, only 1 week and a day until Christmas Day. And I know what I'm hoping for. Do you know what you're hoping for, Dan?
Well, I do, and I suspect our answers are going to be different. But whilst I'm looking forward tremendously to switching off my brain for a week or two, many might be looking forward to something more themed to this show.
All I want for Christmas are GTA 6 screenshots, please, Rockstar. From Rockstar specifically. In fact, I would like one of those packages that they're sending out to all of the content creators, but, you know, whatever. I'll take some screenshots in lieu of a nice package with some Rockstar Christmas goodies in it. That's fine. Yes, how many? 3? 5? 5.
Do you? I will say, do you actually think we're going to get screenshots?
Yes,
for Christmas?
I've actually convinced myself.
Based on what, though?
Based on the delay, there's been nothing to tide us over. Previous activity, like GTA 5, when, you know, the Christmas before GTA 5 came out, we had Christmas screenshots. I know that was like 12 years ago. Whatever. It's a nice Christmas treat for everybody in the community, especially because we've had nothing since trailer 2, other than the delay announcement. It feels like it would be a nice Christmas surprise to tide everyone over for a few more months until the next wave of content drops comes, which we suspect will be, I want to say February, but it's more like March, April, May.
Yeah.
Well, I say we suspect. Yeah. I suspect. I don't know what you, Dan. Maybe you suspect differently.
Give or take a few days, whatever, right? Like, do I think we're getting Christmas assets? I will just say this. There is a non-zero chance of getting coal in your Christmas stocking this year. I mean, that's what I say to my children. They hate it. It's really blunt and real, but, you know.
Is it real?
I don't know. I'm not convinced we're going to get Christmas screenshots.
I'm not convinced that you'd give your children coal.
Well, it's a threat more than a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if I was to actually do that, it would be the sort of thing that comes up in a session later in their life. So I'm not going to do that, everybody, or anyone watching involved with child services.
And nor is Rockstar. They are going to give us the gifts that we want.
Exactly. And, you know, don't let us be the children with coal, Rockstar. Please deliver a few shiny screenshots. Look, I want it to happen. Do I think it will?
If it was going to happen, it would be, I mean, history. If history was going to repeat itself, it would be Christmas Eve, which is the date of our next show, a week today, as you are listening to this. Last time they came out, I think around 5 p.m. GMT. So it gives us a good hour to scramble together and analyze them all and then bring you that episode show. That is not going to happen because it is Christmas and me and Dan will not be in the studio or, in fact, near each other in the country. So what will happen is we'll probably fire off some initial thoughts on X, Twitter, that you can follow us on GTA V O'Clock on X. We'll have some initial thoughts on there, and then we'll save all the juicy bits for one of the future episodes in the new year. Maybe the newsletter, but I don't know.
The newsletter's plans, I was speaking to it last week.
Okay.
His plans are to have a little sleep over Christmas for at least 2 weeks.
Fine.
So don't expect, who knows, right? If they drop something sensational or really newsworthy,
Like
we might
screenshots.
fire up the coal steam engine of the newsletter machine. But I don't expect that to be the case. But, look, let's just see. But there are no plans as it stands to report on a thing that hasn't happened yet.
No. So watch this space. On to this week's show then. And A Safehouse in the Hills has been out for about a week now, giving everyone plenty of time to complete the 6 missions that are in there. What I'm actually interested in is how many of you guys that are listening to this show have actually played those missions. Or I guess you would have all played the first 5 missions. How many of you played the final mission where you have to buy a mansion? Because as mentioned on last week's show, these mansions are expensive. And in the newsletter, gamesradar.com/newsletters, click on the GTA 6 o'clock button. The cheapest one was just shy of 10 million in-game GTA dollars.
Yes.
With the discount of the
Yes.
2 million that you got for completing missions before December the 7th. You cannot do those missions anymore. So actually, if you haven't done those missions, your cheapest mansion is 12 million GTA dollars.
Yeah.
And 2 million GTA dollars is quite a lot of dollars if you haven't been grinding the game for the last, let's say, 10 years, 5 years, a number of years. It would take you to amass that amount
Massive
of money.
festive mission to grind that many dollars.
I don't think you could. I genuinely,
Really? Even if you were dedicated 24/7.
If you haven't played the other releases, like the other bits of free DLC and the other content, it's really hard to make money. Now you have to start from the beginning, and you're getting given like 40 grand for doing a mission. It's not enough.
Yeah, that maths is tough, isn't it?
It's a long time.
Yeah, like I did a bit of, as much as I could, some analysis on this in the newsletter, as we referred to try and find out, on average, how rich is the average GTA Online player. Now, there's no hard data around this, a lot of anecdotal stuff, a lot of Reddit stuff. There seems to be a consensus that, like, some people, much like real life, are sitting on a war chest of hundreds of millions, right? These are the super whales who've been playing the game for 2, 3, 4, 10 years. They are rare. And the reality for most people is you probably got less than $1 million. Much like life. But if it's like life, probably much less than $1 million. And that's hard. It's hard to afford these properties. And we talked about some of the step-in rates. If you want to buy them with, you can buy cards in real life to get the virtual dollar equivalents. They're quite expensive.
Yeah, like, well, £65, which is about $99.
Yes.
That will get you the $10 million shark card. So that will, if you've got some money, circa 2 million in your account, that will allow you to buy one property, but with none of the upgrades.
Yes.
You won't get the trophy room. You won't get the armory. You will get an AI assistant because those are free. You won't be able to put different bits of wallpaper on the house. You'll get the standard mansion, basically. So, and the top end of that is 18.5 million.
That's it.
And also without the upgrade. So it's a heck of a lot of money, and it's £65 if you buy it. I think, in a shop or an online shop.
Yes.
You try and buy it on the PlayStation Store, £75.
Wowza.
It's just more money.
Yeah, this is it. I'd seen Games Radar had done a bit of analysis, and they'd worked out it was just shy of $200 to get 2 $10 million shark cards that gets you. And let's be clear, that gets you one of the high-end properties with all the upgrades. If you want all of them, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's beyond, and let's say we still, still the average retail price of a new AAA game is about $70. You'd be buying 3 AAA games.
It would be
mansions.
Very interesting. Maybe this is something for the new year to see if we can work out the increase in shark card purchases since the release of the DLC. I wonder if there's some stats somewhere that shows you.
Probably is ways to work that
is.
out. But yeah, and some people will do that. Some people have a lot of money,
yeah,
and can do it. But it's quite a big ask, and but then you get into that realm of unpacking what's a fair business model. How long did this take? Rockstar have made so much money from GTA Online, but then you could also argue so much of it is free.
Yeah. I mean, the amazing thing with this is you're paying for if you have to pay for the mansion, you're paying £65-75 for one mission that lasts about 12 minutes.
Yes.
That Michael appears in at the very end.
Yes.
That is essentially, and you're getting the mansion, of course, and then the gameplay things that come with owning a mansion and all of that stuff. But what happened with Safehouse in the Hills is you get a series of 5 contract missions from Avi Schwartzman with the objective of sabotaging the development of a mass surveillance network operated by the Federal Investigation Bureau using the No Way autonomous vehicle driving company.
Yeah.
Essentially, there's 5 missions: negative press, inside job, tunnel vision, trash talking, and a clean break. All of which have you going into No Way offices, sabotaging the cars. One of them you drive around the autonomous car and have to smash it into things and cause a load of destruction. They're quite fun missions. If you do all those 5 missions, and then you get an additional mission if you've bought a mansion called Home Sweet Home, featuring Michael DeSanta. As I say, it's a fun, good GTA Online mission. It doesn't take very long to finish it. But at the very end of that, Mr. Fabio says, I'm sure we're going to get on and go and do great things together. I'll be in touch soon. Which suggests that there is at least one more big update coming for GTA Online, you would hope. Possibly in the summer. But as we were leading up to this DLC, there was talk around this being the final update, which I guess it might have been at one point, but now it feels like maybe we're getting another update to round off this story somehow.
This is the knotty bit, because I think some of the community, I feel, are retrofitting the language in the update to suit the narrative they've already created about wanting one last DLC. And I'm trying to think about, if you're Rockstar and at a point in time about a year ago, GTA 6 would be already out.
Yeah.
Which is the amazing thing to say. Then it got delayed to next May. Then it got delayed to November. And I wonder at what point, assuming there is another DLC to come, was there a plan for GTA 6 is already out? We've got one last DLC either 6 months after it should have been out, at the same time as it should have been out, or 4 months ahead of when it's now being delayed to. And it's difficult, without looking at the timeline and getting really boring and nerdy, I wonder where that decision making has gone. Or is it that they always felt, we want to do this? And bear in mind, this might not even be real, right?
Yeah.
But if it is real, there might have come a point in time when they went, well, now we're a year away, can we squeeze out one last DLC? And whether that is, maybe the Safehouse in the Hills thing was always 80% of what we see now. For example, could they have squeezed in the Michael thing as actually, let's do that as a precursor to now we know we're going to do one more next year. Bear in mind, they may not do one more, but this does, and this dialogue does. If you're coming in with the mindset of they're doing one more, you could fit this dialogue to that belief and say...
And does it feel like, open question to the community, that character, when Michael turns up, could that have been anybody in reality? Could they have just said, hey, Ned Luke, we've got 5 lines basically that you say in this DLC. Can you just come and record it? Now it's a good thing to give a bit of fan service, put Michael in GTA Online. That works. He does say a few things that are relevant but it's just voice lines.
Yes.
Really. If you change that character model, the actual things that Michael does, comes to your mansion, kicks the door down, helps you kill a load of people, could have been anybody.
Not the actual motion capture of Ned Luke himself. Action hero Ned Luke, he must be motion captured.
I mean, look, I don't do. He could have done it. It could have all been him. It could have all been planned from the very start. I just, just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
That if you're suddenly in a, we've got this DLC that was coming. It was going to round off the GT Online story, but now it isn't quite yet. Let's put Michael in it, and then let's do something else fun a few months down the line. Maybe. I don't know. But there's a couple of things in it. And I've seen some people saying that like a great GTA Online finale would be our character getting sabotaged by Mr. Faber, who Michael warned the player about back in the day, and being forced to move to Leonida and start fresh with a new online experience in GTA 6. A potential hint of this has been spotted is Avi telling the player at the end of those No Way missions, you need to go off the grid, delete Snapmatic, change your name, go off the grid. Could, if you really wanted to read into that, suggest that you're going off the grid and starting afresh in Leonida in GTA 6. Because, as we know, GTA 5 Online, is still going to exist when GTA 6 comes out. You may or may not be able to transfer your character over from the existing GTA Online into GTA Online 2.0, whatever it's called. Or Rockstar just may decide you don't get to do that because some events in GTA Online have happened, and that world has to continue to exist alongside the GTA 6 Online version because, as we've talked about before, all of the money. You can't just stop that service existing. So they have to fight. They can't say like your character is dead now because you might still want to go and play in GTA 5's version of GTA Online. You could, I think they could say you can transition from this to the next one and keep, I don't know, like keep your Snapmatic pictures. Does anybody want them? I think thinking about it, think it might be a new, fresh, clean slate, brand new start. You probably get to pick a new name if you want it.
Yeah, I mean, this is verging into almost different territory. I think this is again back to the what's GTA Online but GTA 6. And to an extent, there has to be a clean slate ability because loads of new players are coming on board.
Of course.
And then it's just, can you have like an online identity who exists in two different locations? I think that's such a difficult thing to do. I think they'll just say, if you want to go back to that version of GTA Online and GTA 5, we're still supporting it until this point.
Yes.
But looking forward, everyone lives in Miami now.
Yeah. Well, like you say, the disparity between some people having £100 million and some people just coming into it brand new and having zero isn't going to work in an online environment.
Yeah, it would just, I think if you had too big if you could take everything across the GTA 6, it distorts GTA 6 Online from day one, which is not a good thing either, I don't think.
No.
Given, again, we don't know anything really about what that is. So there might be different mitigations. They may not do that at all. The entire setup might be different. We just don't know. Something I wanted to ask you is do you read anything into the Jimmy throwaway comment from Amanda, where Amanda says Jimmy might be moving, what with Jimmy moving out, she says. And there was and I couldn't verify this. There was something that went around Reddit and I always get these confused. There's Tez2 and Tex2.
They're the same person. He just changed his name.
Unbelievable. So that's why I'm getting confused. Thanks, Tez/Tex2, the data miner.
Yeah.
Tex2 was credited to finding a text from the game that was Jimmy saying something very similar, like, now that I'm leaving state, my parents, blah, blah, blah. Do you think there's anything in that and the idea of Jimmy turning up in 6?
I mean, anything can happen. Would Jimmy fit into the world of GTA 6? Like, I guess, if he was living out there, would it be enough of a... It'd be enough of a fan service Easter egg, I guess, to have him in the game. or like have him as a side character that was just
Yeah.
you do a mission in an arcade, for example, and he's just working there, or he's like playing an arcade game, and he just flippantly says something to you as you walk past, or it's like a cutscene and he just appears and then disappears, and you're like, oh, it's Jimmy, and he's gone. I don't feel like it's going to be any kind of major player in the game.
No, I don't think he's the third secret playable character.
No, or I don't think he's a returning character. I don't think it's someone you'll see more than once, possibly twice. I don't feel he's going to be like integral to any part of anyone's storyline in that game.
And generally, like, do you think Jimmy is warmly thought of by the community?
I mean,
or to me, I'll be blunt. To me, he felt a bit C tier. Like, my memories of Jimmy are him moaning about stuff and then hanging off the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Like, did he do much beyond that to make people genuinely love him?
Oh, no, I don't think he's like a beloved character. I might be wrong. Please.
Yeah,
tell
no,
me
do let us know if like, oh my God, justice for Jimmy is the hashtag. please let us know. But it didn't feel that way to me. But maybe I'm out of touch.
I mean, it's the same as any of your GTA 5 characters that aren't your main three. You'd be like, oh, it's nice that they've appeared. Okay, 3, maybe 4. Maybe you put Lester in there as well. But I wouldn't have said it's like... I don't think it's going to change anything. I think it'd be a nice nod. But then, if they're going to do that, why wouldn't you just do it with one of the main characters? Like, and have that as more of a like, oh my, wow moment. Like, the crossover has finally happened. Your main antagonists from a previous game are meeting each other. That's cool. Rather than, they've met their son, who's now like just walked off. I just don't really.
It doesn't feel as
buy into that much.
I mean, we are struggling to make it compelling, and we're people who do a show about GTA every single week. For the average player, they'd be like, Jimmy.
Sure, yeah, I'm not coming on this show going, I can't believe they didn't put Jimmy in. I spent all that time playing GTA 6, and there was no Jimmy.
Well, exactly. I think most GTA 5 players, if you said name the 3 main characters, I wonder how many. And I don't mean like us, the people in the community who talk about it. I mean, of the hundreds of millions who bought and played that game, some of them won't, I don't think, remember who anyone was.
They definitely won't remember Jimmy.
And definitely not Jimmy. Jimmy even lower than, Michael, Franklin, Trevor.
Well, okay. Let us know what you think about all of that and the Safehouse in the Hills ending in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of them, jump over to YouTube, leave a comment. You can see us. We're on camera now. It's nice, sort of.
Start a conversation on the bus. Hashtag justice for Jimmy.
Right, let's move on to something that before I pressed the big red button, you were laughing about. It is GTA 6 assets hiding potentially in GTA Online. Now, there's a new scene in GTA Online that has Mr. Faber come out with a towel around his neck. Now, if you look at this towel, Dan, it may seem a little bit familiar to you if we compare it with this scene from GTA 6 Trailer 2. And would you believe it? That's the same towel, isn't it?
Look, I'm going to say this. I on this show have at times used the expression wringing the towel a bit dry because we're really squeezing the pips out of the last bit of official information. Here's literally a towel.
But look at how it's folded. It's folded in exactly the same way. It's definitely the same asset.
Yeah, I can buy that. I can buy that Rockstar have not a massive suite of post-sauna or post-sweat towels, and they've got one that's folded in this specific way. I can buy it.
I mean, yeah. Are we going to get excited that we might have seen a GTA 6 asset that is a towel in GTA Online? Maybe not. Maybe not. But... And I don't know what the fallout from this is. It's just like, hey, maybe we're getting excited about this.
I do to sort of go past the I'm going to say the stupidity of it, but yes, it's literally folded in the same way, and a towel hanging. I can't believe I'm saying this. A towel hanging over the shoulders wouldn't always fall in the same way.
No.
So they are using, it looks like, the same asset library. And we've seen this asset, yes, from 6. So yeah, you might be right. Or is it in fact, has this towel ever been glimpsed previous to this? And
Well,
we're
only
not
in the
aware of
trailer.
it. Yeah, but so, I mean, are there instances of this towel in the GTA universe we can't remember?
No, I think this is a new asset.
This is a new asset. So there we go. So maybe it is 6 informing 5 through the nature of a bended towel.
Yeah,
And
or the other way around, I guess.
Yeah, possibly so. Exactly, possibly so. But this is actually something we're going to get into the weeds of a little bit in a minute on the show. But there is something actually legit to this, if you can accept that we're talking about a towel.
Good foreshadowing into the weeds. That's good. If you carry on listening to this, you'll understand soon. Yeah, I guess the main thing to say about this is obviously the GTA 6 version looks better. Even though it's folded in the same way, it's more highly detailed. I guess you can see some of the cotton threads in it, or whatever we're talking about. But yeah, there's been some further investigation on this via Rockstar Intel. Now they had somebody look at this, and the GTA 6 and Red Dead Redemption 2 system uses PBR name tagging, which is physically based rendering, and a new character system called metapeds, unlike what they use in GTA 5. So the file names are different. Due to this, the file naming scheme is quite different from GTA 5 to Red Dead 2 and now GTA 6. The names are far longer and include extra suffixes. You can see an example of GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 file names in the screenshots that they've put in their article, and the apparent GTA 6 asset name in GTA Online. What this all comes back to is that these assets have a GTA 6 file name attached to them within GTA Online.
Yes.
Therefore, it probably is being used in that workflow somehow, or, as Rockstar Intel point out, the person who made this has got confused with the file name conventions and has accidentally tagged it with GTA 6 file name conventions instead of a GTA Online one, even though, because they're working on other things, I imagine. They're just like, oh, I forgot that this was a GTA Online thing. I put the wrong thing in it. It all still works. There were a couple of other GTA Online assets with GTA 6's naming convention in there. A pair of chinos, Love Heart underwear, and a bra. So those 3 things confirmed to be in GTA 6
surreal.
Potentially.
Yeah, and this is a conversation. If you're new to this podcast, you're probably thinking, "What?
Yeah, this week has it's
What?
been quite the journey so
What?
far.
I just came here to learn more about GTA 6."
Yeah, well, there's 102 other episodes you can learn about GTA 6.
And now, but this, I guess the serious thing is, like, were you Neo in the Matrix, who can see through the underlying code? To the normal person, it just looks like a pair of chinos, some Love Heart underwear, and a bra, right? If you were Neo in the Matrix, you could see through to the code. What you're seeing is, oh, these items are labeled differently. And then they're using a naming convention that we expect to be the naming convention used on GTA 6. And then that, as we've talked about a lot on previous episodes, has huge ramifications about the way the game engineers and, all the background systems and the way things work. It's really noodly stuff.
Yes.
But I think you might even be right. It might be as simple as it's not there for any great tell, other than the fact that behind all of the illusion of the Grand Theft Auto universe are human beings who get confused and who may have copied across the wrong asset string or the wrong meta tagging. And it might just be an error going, oh, of course, we used the label in this way. We're moving to this system. 3 assets are creep through. Still works. It's fine.
Yeah, it could be that. But the more exciting thing is that, hey, this is a thing from GTA 6. It doesn't actually mean anything, though, right? Because we're not seeing the GTA 6 version of it. We're seeing the GTA Online version of that asset, which is probably what we're going to get onto in a minute. But either way, and they've done this before, right? We've seen GTA 6 assets, call them assets. We've seen GTA 6 models appear in GTA Online even if it was like ankle bracelets, necklaces, that is all in there, like in the shop for you to buy. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that they're putting some of the GTA 6 stuff into GTA Online, either to test it and just see how it works, or just as a nice, we could put this in. It's a nice bit of jewelry. We'll put it in the shop. Who knows? But let us know your towel thoughts in the comments. And we will. I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions. If you want to send us a question about towels, GTAVIOclock@gmail.com.
Different podcast.
Okay, then, Dan, wrapped up in all of this. Wrapped up, you see, like a towel. Wow. Let's get into the weeds, like you said, of this new screenshot that could be, as I said at the top, a screenshot. Again, I'm going to say from GTA 6. It isn't. But there is this new screenshot here, which is the Tongva estate. Now, the theory is that Rockstar may have used GTA 6 assets to promote the new GTA Online mansions. Because if you look at the vegetation here, it looks close to what we've seen in other screenshots from GTA 6. And the actual in-game location looks quite different. We can put the two screenshots here. So this is the top one. The Tongva estate is the one that's used to sell you buying the mansion on like the in-game website, etc., etc. The next image is the actual in-game image. So once you've bought the lie, you're like, oh, well, this doesn't look quite the same as the thing that I thought I was buying. And I guess the discussion here is mostly, I think, in the terrain, like the surrounding environment in GTA Online is very, very barren, whereas the one in the screenshot, full of lush greenery. Now, could you suggest that this is just what estate agents and other people do? Slightly enhance an image to make it feel a lot more luxurious and worthy of the price tag. And then when you actually go and view the house, you're like, oh, the garden's a real mess.
Yeah, the Tongva estate has taken some liberties with its Tinder profile, I guess is the headline. We're and I guess you are spending real money, right? Like we talked about at the start of the show. But for $10 million or whatever it is with the upgrades, it does look. There's a picture on the official Rockstar Games website that promotes the Safehouse in the Hills DLC. It shows you the Tongva estate, and it looks a certain way, and it is closer up and from a different angle. But when you see the in-game image, which is a bit more zoomed out and slightly rotated to the left by about 30 degrees, it just looks a bit thinner and sadder, and the hill looks a bit barren, like a place you'd less want to live than the place that's on the original picture, which is much greener, lusher. There's even like a helicopter flying over. It looks like a proper, I don't know. It just feels like it's from a slightly different location.
And the lighting is better. The colors are better. There's a lot more like paintwork and textures going on. It definitely looks like, I would say it still looks like an in-game asset. It just doesn't look like the actual in-game asset. Like it's not a generated image, right? It's not like a fake image of like, or a stylized image of what you're getting. It's not like an artist's impression of the estate. It looks like it is. Those are in-game assets, I would suggest, from some game. Rather than they've got their artist to like draw what you think the house might look like, and we'll do a stylized version of it. And then when you actually get to see it, because that you could believe, it could be like if you saw an image and it was definitely like just drawn by an artist, and then you got to the in-game thing, you'd be like, oh well, fair enough. But this is close enough for those, I think, to be in some way in-game assets. But then when you actually get them in-game, they're not the same. Now, how has this happened? The suggestions are that they've recreated the mansion in GTA 6 using the GTA 6's engine and took a screenshot and put that in the main menu. Or, I would suggest, there's a very real possibility that because they know it's just a screenshot, and you don't actually have to go here and it work, they could have just turned the developer tools up to the max and just gone, okay, we can put all of this lush foliage in and turn all the lightings up and do all of that, because it doesn't actually have to move, right? The frame rate might be 5 frames a second doing that, but all we need is 1 frame for the screenshot and it's fine. Obviously, I like the idea, the GTA 6 idea better. I like the idea that these are somehow GTA Online assets ported into the GTA 6 engine, put on a hill, and gone, take that screenshot of this estate that we've made for the online stuff. And I think that is a plausible explanation. Apart from the fact that then my brain goes, why? Why would they do that?
I think what I would say is, if you went through the history of GTA Online or GTA 5 screenshots or name your Rockstar game and did maps of them side by side with the actual in-game vision, I think a number of them would have this level of disparity. And I think Rockstar sometimes they've exceeded themselves. They have released footage that ended up the final game ended up looking better. But I think it's just the nature of the beast. I think sometimes you beautify something to look the best it can possibly. Like I said earlier, you put your makeup on, you change the mood lighting, pull your chest in, so to speak. Everything looks fabulous.
And you do a podcast about GTA 6.
And you do a podcast about GTA 6, then you have to take your garter off and start crying later on. But I think it's a version of that. And I don't believe the version that Rockstar have secretly rendered it in GTA 6, taken a screenshot and released that feels a bit fantastical to me. Like, why not just release a GTA 6 screenshot rather than do it through this weird meta layer?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's actually a GTA. Like, it's not an official GTA 6 screenshot.
Yes.
This is never going to be in GTA 6. I think the suggestion is, could they have made this or placed this building within GTA 6 and it just be naturally upgraded because of the advances in technology, and then they've just gone, that's cool because it's a prettier screenshot? Because I think if they had actually done this, well, they couldn't have done it in GTA 6, because then it would have actually been a GTA 6 screenshot.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they've just done something within the GTA Online engine or a version of it, and just like they would with any screenshot, sort of like framed it the best way possible, turned up the sliders, made everything look as beautiful and high res as they can. We do know from Rockstar's history, it's a story we were told many times about, the people who worked at Rockstar used to take thousands of screenshots for every screenshot that got approved. And I was actually talking to someone quite recently who worked at Rockstar, and I'd said, what's the ratio? And I've forgotten again, but I think he said something more like 4,000 screenshots for every one that got accepted. It was something ridiculous, preposterous, you would go as far as to say.
Yeah.
I guess it's all creating the mythology of that's how much we care about the details. It's a great story for them. Like, every time I inflate the number, it's good for them.
Yeah.
Because it just says we're the company that really cares about this stuff.
I guess if I'm playing devil's advocate, I would say, if you took away the Tongva estate from this image at the top, could that be a mountain from GTA 6?
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. And it looks of the quality of some of the mountainous regions we've seen in 6.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For me, there's not enough to say. I like the conceit that there's a secret GTA 6 screenshot, and I can sort of visually buy it. I just don't think it is.
Well, I'll take that as a 66% yes.
Yeah, one in 4,000 guesses. It's GTA 6.
Fine.
I don't know. I don't know if you feel like actually it really is GTA 6, but I feel it's just hard for me to make a case for it.
I can believe both ways. Like I want to believe that it's somehow using some assets, but as we talked about, I don't know why really. Like, you could take that in-game image of the estate and just zoom into it quite a long way and make something that looked really pretty.
Yeah, and I think you've actually hit the nail on the head for all of us. I want to believe. Like the X-Files, as in GTA 6 o'clock, as in a love for all GTA games. All GTA games are about wanting to believe. Whether it's wanting to believe in crazy madcap theories around screenshots or plots or whatever it is, or whether it's about a certain way that games are created and their power and value, or all those things, I think, are why we like GTA games. So if I'm going to round it off in a holistic way, I want to believe, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Good. And what we all believe in is Christmas. And that is what's happening next week. So next week, as we mentioned at the top, me and Dan are going to be in different parts of the country for probably the next 2 weeks. We are going to have episodes of GTA 6 o'clock coming out. They're going to be the extended interviews of some of the people we spoke to in the episode 100 live show. So over the next few weeks, we will release the full chats that we had with some of the people that were part of that show to tide us over into the new year. Of course, in a week's time, we're going to be getting screenshots. But when we come back in 2026, that will be one of the first things that we will talk about on this show. So we've reached the end of the year. We should say thank you all for your support, for listening, for liking, for subscribing, for commenting, for sending us emails and tweets and everything else. Like it's been really supportive. Thank you all for coming to the 100th episode as well. That was really fun. We'll try and do some more of that stuff in the new year. If you want to get in touch with us, you can on Twitter or X, GTAVOclock. You can send us an email, gtavio@gmail.com, and you can sign up for the newsletter, last potentially newsletter of the year this week. Yep. gamesradar.com/newsletter. Click on GTA 6. All that being said, Dan, that's it. We're 2025. We rounded it out. Only another 48 episodes to go. Ish.
And when we return in the new year, we'll be officially in the year of GTA 6, pending any more delays.
Yeah, we did say that quite a lot this year.
Yes. So, but it's as true now as it was then.
Exactly.
False. At this point in time, true. So, look, let's not reopen that again. But yes, hopefully we're on the countdown.
Yes. Well, once again, thank you all for watching. Please keep sending us the messages. We do actually read them all. We will respond to as many of you as possible. Have a great Christmas, and we will be back next week for another episode of GTA 6 o'clock.